What's up, y'all? It's the Ace of Cups tea. What's up, y'all? It's Ace of Cups tea here, back with another one. We are going to do a little post-Saturn retrograde reading. Saturn has officially gone direct as of November 4th. So let's talk about some collective energies, what we can expect now that Saturn is back in its direct motion after being retrograde since mid-June. Let's talk about it. We will be pulling from the Tarot of the Divine One. This is Zaddy Saturn. This is the planet of responsibility or discipline. This is the planet of maturity. The notorious Saturn return. First card out, we have the Four of Coins. Next card out, we have the Three of Cups. Last card out, we have the Eight of Wands. Bottom of the deck, Two of Swords. So Saturn is now direct. Saturn was retrograde in Pisces. So we were all really tasked with tapping into ways that we can move forward in very spiritual ways, whether that's in actual spiritual practice, in the delving into the occult, whether that be in the relationship to the spirit realm that we each have, and how we can use that and propel us into the future. So this whole Saturn retrograde was really teaching us how to bring our spiritual prowess into the next level. Now, we said that this reading was going to be all about what we're stepping into now that we are direct. And it's interesting. It's like we are stepping into two really major phases very quickly. Saturn is, anytime that the Eight of Wands is out, anytime that we are kicking things off, and in the core pull we get an Eight of Wands, we know that this is energy that is moving very quickly. We know that this is ideas and downloads and plans, messages from spirit realm that are just coming in extremely fast. This particular Eight of Wands is, we have this bird. I don't know what kind of bird, but we have this bird that is delivering this flaming wand. All these other wands are coming in. The scenery in the background, even the scenery is like a winterscape. We're literally stepping into that hibernation, that fall, that cooler energy, that slow moving energy. I live in California, so we don't really have like this kind of snowy winter, this evergreen winter. But even though we don't have that kind of winter, that energy still pervades. Like that energy is pervasive. It's not really about the temperature. It is about something energetically in the air that makes us want to kind of go into this hibernation stage. I keep talking. I know that I dove right into the third card out, the last card out, because I need to talk about the fact that this energy is very fast. It's like the next stages that we're moving towards. Things are going to be swift. There isn't going to be much, pausing and breaking and analyzing and thinking. We've already made it past the understanding and the lessons through the eclipses, through this very mature retrograde. We've learned a lot this year. We've learned a lot this summer. We've learned a lot through this spring, summer season and into this fall as we move into the even cooler months. And we're kicking off this Saturn going direct, really feeling this sense of hermit, really feeling this sense of how this Four of Coins is. There is such a protective energy here. There is a vulture. Spiritually speaking, vultures are a very protective spirit animal. Vultures are connected to Orisha. They are connected to the indigenous. They are connected to a very ancient world. Vultures kind of give like that ancient dinosaur, type of energy. But this vulture is literally protecting her and these four coins. There's almost a look of a little bit of fear, a little trepidation in her eyes in this card. And that is because of the lessons that we've learned through these retrogrades. We're really in this, we're through the eclipses and the retrogrades, we're really in this space where the path forward, as clear as it may be, as wide open as the possibilities may be, there is this sense of like a little nervousness because the path ahead is clear, and because we can't, even though it's clear, we're not certain of what is ahead, but we are certain that we are in the right direction. So it's like we collectively, we know we're moving in the right direction, but we're just not sure what is right around that corner. So there's a little trepidation There's a little apprehensiveness. There's this sense of wanting to really be in the protective energy, protecting your finances, holding on to some money. We all went through so much this year energetically. It's important to really protect the resources, protecting our resources, protecting our hearts, protecting the things that are near and dear. And having, in a previous reading, I talked about this ancestor, this spirit guide being so close with us through this hermit mode. Here they are again. The vulture is this spirit guide. The vulture is the spirit guide protecting us while we are protecting our value, protecting our possessions, protecting our heart, protecting these things that are important for us to protect as we move forward, as we go direct and move into this really quick, fast moving energy. We're stepping into Saturn going direct in a state of, I almost want to say it's like a pearl in the little clam. Like we're protecting it and we're honing the pearl deep within. And then we get to this place where we open the pearl, or we open the clam, or the shell that it is in, and we are just in this really delightful energy. We go from the 4 of coins to the 3 of cups. The coins is so material and the cups is so emotional. It's such a fluid, fun, moving energy. Whereas the coins, it's like we're stepping into the direct energy of Saturn being very mature. Like I said, the planet, we've already learned these lessons. The eclipses and the retrogrades this year have really brought us through the lessons to hone in on exactly how we need to protect our future. Keep some coins to the side. Protect our hearts for the future. All of this aligns us. So we're Saturn goes direct, and we are in Saturn's cocoon here, being responsible, maybe being a little hermity for a bit, protecting the value, understanding the worth in these 4 coins. It could be 1 coin, it could be 4, it could be 8, it could be 10. There's always value. There's always value in it. And there's something that we're understanding about our personal value as Saturn goes direct. There's something in us understanding that personal value brings us into this state of, I keep saying hermit mode, and I know it's not the hermit, but this is giving. It's giving that hermit energy. It's giving this sense of like, now that I know better, I am going to do better. 4 of coins knows better and is now doing better. Being more protective, setting better boundaries. 4s are all about boundaries. The standard Rider-Waite tarot, the 4 of Pentacles, it has the coin, the pentacle over the heart, the pentacle on the head, and the pentacle beneath each foot, and that's representative of gaining that footing, understanding how to protect the heart, protect the crown, protect the root, how to set boundaries that protect those spaces. So this 4 of coins here, this Saturn going direct, is so deeply linked to mature boundaries being set as we step into this new season of Saturn moving at its normal pace. Next out was the 3 of Cups. All of that maturity. It's like we start off this whole Saturn going direct in this state of maturity, and somewhere along the line, we learn how to balance out the boundaries and the maturity with a little bit of fun, a little bit of some good times with the homies, some drinks with the homies. It's like set aside, like this is advice for myself. It's like if I enjoy a little Friday night with my best friend, a little Friday night out with the homies, then I just set my little budget, set aside what it is, and enjoy. But there's a sense of these 2 cards being balancing energy, knowing how to balance out the boundaries, the time alone, the hermit mode, with the activated time, with the times where you're out partying, having a good time, the vibrations. It's okay to, we all talk about the spiritual path, and it can be so lonely and blah blah blah, and it can be lonely, sure, but sometimes it's all right to have a little fun. Go be in the world, go be of the world, just be and enjoy being. This is like spiritual energy activated in the solo bag, and this is like, okay, we could be a spiritual hottie that goes out and has a good time too. It doesn't all have to be one. So, and we're moving into this balance, into this mature balance. That's what it really is. We're moving into a mature balance very, very quickly. Saturn is now direct. Saturn's already a slow moving planet. It's already moving it's already a slow moving, very distant type of planet. So going retrograde just really slows it down. But now that we're direct, it's like this mature balance is here. whether you are this is me, this could be you, kava. If you're trying not to get pissy drunk out here, sometimes that's fun too. But if you want a little non-alcoholic way, kava. I'm looking at these three lovely ladies, and I'm like, I don't feel like this is alcohol intuitively. I'm told it's not alcohol in these cups. It could be tea, could be some coffee. I'm getting kava as well. So tea parties, coffee dates, kava dates. It doesn't always have to be a turn up, but it can be a turn up. But as Saturn goes direct, there's a mature understanding of the responsible turn up, the turn up. There's a balance that we as a collective are acquiring in this. The bottom of the deck was the Two of Swords. There's that balance. Literally, this is literally what I'm talking about. Here's that balance. Balance with boundaries. Balance with boundaries. She has her arm, the two swords are crossed over her heart chakra. So those boundaries, we are still protecting our heart chakra. We're still protecting our heart through the fun, through the solo, through whatever it may be. We're moving into this season really very quickly, and we're enjoying that balance through the winter months. It's like everybody's like hibernation. Oh, we're just gonna be in. There's something collective where we're gonna know when it's time to be in and when it's time to be out, baby. Inside and outside, we can do it all. There's a mature balance that we are finding in the coming winter months now that Saturn is direct. I'd like to just pull maybe one or two more if there's any more messages with this, and then we will pull from the Ruby Oracle anything else on Saturn going direct. It's gonna be a fun time. This winter is going to be a fun winter. That is what I'm getting from this. Like, I keep talking about winter because this winterscape at the bottom of this Eight of Wands is just so loud, but like, this is going to be a really fun winter, but it's going to be responsibly fun. Like, there's no guilt in the fun had this winter because the maturity is already locked in here. The maturity of the lessons we've learned through eclipses and retrogrades is locked in here. So, one more card out, we have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Like I said, there is a standard Five of Swords for me. I oftentimes call it the by any means necessary. It's like there are two opposing natures within this card. We have, and the thing is, I can look up exactly who these people are because I don't want to be out here making nothing up. I do remember Five of Swords. Right. Isis is defeated. This is how you know. I literally mean I have who this is literally underlined in this book. Because I remember pulling this card and thinking, who are these people? I need to be aware of it. So it's funny that this card is out again, and so now I feel like I'm going to lock in that this is Isis and Set. The Five of Swords represents a fight won through deceit. Set overthrows his brother Osiris and is seen gloating over his brother's inconsolable wife Isis, while Set represents a tyrant of a victor. Isis is a defeated combatant who will eventually bring about Set's defeat. Surrender, betrayal, bullying, violence, crime. Reverse, resolution, compromise, sacrifice, peace, justice. Now, it's interesting that when I said, is there anything else that needs to be said about the Saturn going direct? And this message comes out. This message of this wife feeling defeated. The tyrant and victor. Whatever 2023, this card is the representation of the lessons. I keep talking about lessons learned through eclipses and retrogrades this year. Lessons learned through eclipses and retrogrades this year. This is how all of those lessons and challenges this year felt. It felt like we as a collective were Isis. If we're speaking towards the divine feminine, we can speak towards that. And if that resonates with you, that resonates with you. Isis, this divine feminine, spent the year through eclipses and through retrogrades feeling this defeatist energy. Feeling just down bad for multiple reasons. This is a 5 swords, so it's like sword after sword after sword, right? And then we have Set, who seems to be victoriously writing out, whatever the case may be in the story. But the point of this is Saturn going direct is retribution season for Isis. for those who are down, out, and bad through these eclipses and these retrogrades. I want to repeat the last thing about this. Isis is a defeated combatant who will eventually bring about Set's defeat. Saturn going direct is bringing in Set's defeat. Isis is healed through these eclipses and these retrogrades. Isis is no longer down and out. That season is over very quickly. I hope this is making sense. And I believe that this is resonating, because this is resonating for me. But I know that this is a collective energy. And I hope this makes sense. Again, Isis is no longer in this defeatist energy now that Saturn is direct. Isis is coming. Oh, that. Isis is the ultimate victor at the end. So Saturn retrograde might have had Isis feeling down bad, but it is over. Isis is coming into her divine balance. Very quickly, very, very quickly. I hope that this Isis storyline makes sense and resonates, because that is what's happening. This season of eclipses and retrogrades had us really down and out in a lot of different ways, 5 or more ways. The Two of Swords. Remember, I talked about this balance that Isis is now gaining, but it's only through this forged in fire path. You know, swords need fire. You know, when you think about a blacksmith that's making swords and stuff, it's the hot fire that it is forged and hammered away until it's sharp. You don't get that kind of craftsmanship without fire, you know? You don't get that kind of durability without that heat. So there is a deep understanding of crossing the fire to make it to the other side. And that is what Isis has done. She may have been defeated, but now that Saturn is direct, that is no longer. And she has stepped into a new level of maturity here. New levels of maturity. Bottom of the deck, again, we have the Chariot. Talk about the Eight of Wands energy just showing up again. We have the Chariot. Again, very fast, direct, forward, going energy. I'm trying to be either above or below this sun. Anyway, the Chariot, also very fast moving energy. And again, what I enjoy about these two cards that represent movement. One is over land and one is over water. Again, we're talking about that balance. Talking about balance. Time alone, time with people, time having fun turning up, time in the spiritual realm, time in the emotional depths, time in the more grounded, secure depths. We are also going to pull just maybe 1 or 2 Greek oracles to help. The cut. Look at the cut. Balance is necessary for the mind, body, and soul. Crazy. That's like that. It's balance. We're coming into divine balance, mature balance. Let's get a message. Fix your face. The Goofy Oracle be talking so much. Now, I'm going to leave it as Fix Your Face, and I will take the bottom of the deck message as well. Fix Your Face is a card that comes out when there's a sense of apathy, when there is a sense of disappointment, feeling like things aren't working out. And that, like I said, feeling like this, fix your face. Feeling like this, it's okay to allow those feelings to process through our bodies and our systems and our hearts. But they cannot sit and linger and fester and change the structure of our faces, because that is a thing. That is literally a thing. Being in a certain facial setting, it sets your face. It sets the way that your face ages and matures. It sets the wrinkles that will become when we are elderly. Pray to God we make it there, baby, you know? But there's this sense of, as we go through the lessons that Saturn is here to teach us, it is really important to fix your face, to, as we allow these things to process through, be mindful of the RBF, be mindful of the RBF, be mindful of the projection of what's happening internally. It's why I like to write. I like journaling so much, because it keeps me from projecting that stuff outwardly. I kind of spend some time projecting it to myself, projecting it in words, before I'm in a space where I'm projecting it outwardly and walking around with RBF. And don't get me wrong, I do love RBF, because sometimes RBF is absolutely necessary. We all know sometimes it's important to give people that look, but don't let that be the default. You feel me? So the fact that Fix Your Face came out, take that message however you must. Bottom of the deck, it's not about being heard. It's about being felt. It's not about being understood. It's about being respected. Take that as you must. Sometimes a person can hear you. They hear the words coming out of your mouth, but do they feel what you're talking about? Sometimes a person can understand where you're coming from and still not respect you. And sometimes a person cannot understand a single word that you're talking about, but they have respect for you. Analyze what is the most important thing for you as Saturn is going direct, because this is one of Groovy's Saturn return messages. As Saturn goes direct, what is important to you? Is it the hearing, the feeling? Is it the understanding? Is it the respect? Understand what it is that keeps you in the highest alignment and be there. It could be the hearing. It could be that you want to be heard. It could be the understanding. It could be that you want to be understood. Some people want to be understood. Some people don't care to be understood. But being respected is a different level. Being felt, a different level. Analyze this and take it as you must as Saturn goes direct. The hearing, the feeling, the understanding, the respecting. Thank you. Like, subscribe, follow, leave comments, whatever. Ace of Cups tea. I plan on just being a little bit more consistent than I have been in the past, but I'm getting better. So thank you.